the Illuminati in the Americas. This is why they was trying to come up with the NAFTA, North American Free Trade
Free
Agreement,
trade. Mm-hmm.
and they was going to come up with the Amero
Mm-hmm.
currency,
Yep.
right, and bring us under one government. That was
Okay.
their goal under the Illuminati,
Yeah.
right? So when Trump, he growing up in New York,
Yeah.
mind you, in the early 90s, he was buying what you call properties called slum properties.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he had to have a meeting with the locals,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And he was like, look, I'm just trying to make my money. I ain't trying to be no slum lord.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is when we recruit Trump to do the work for us.
Mm.
It's only one fucking problem.
Mm.
He's too goddamn nice.
Yeah.
He got to learn how to play the bad guy.
Mm.
How we gonna teach this motherfucker how to play the bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Enter Vincent Kennedy McMahon and the
Mm.
WWF.
Woo! Go ahead, bro.
So he learned to be a wrestling heel.
I remember
A
that.
wrestling heel is the one who plays the bad guy, right? Once he completed his training with Vincent
Vince
Kennedy
McMahon.
McMahon,
Mm-hmm.
then he becomes an apprentice. Oh, you thought the people on the show was the apprentice?
Oh my god.
You thought the people he was firing was the one that was the apprentice? He was the apprentice the whole time, learning and honing his asshole skills.
Mm. Grooming.
Yep.
In front of all of us. Grooming.
In front of your face, behind your back.
Grooming.
But all of the chiefs on the land know what's going on by
Mm.
watching moves,
Mm.
right? Now, he's a good friend with JFK Jr.
Mm-hmm.
JFK Jr. was also a good friend with a rapper by the name of Tupac Amaru Shakur.
Mm-hmm.
And Quincy Jones is cute, but John Jr. is cute.
Mm-hmm.
Q is a Masonic letter flip,
Mm-hmm.
right? Q is Q's juke joint.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Lodge knock.
Mm.
The juke joint is where you sing the blues,
Mm-hmm. Blues. Blue House.
right? And this the Blue House in the Bayou.
Mm-hmm.
So this is telling me that it's coming directly from Big Mama.
Mm.
Because only Big Mama had a house in the swamp in the Bayou.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go into you watch the old movies like Skeleton Key, you will see
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I'm talking about,
Yeah. I remember that.
right?
I love that movie.
So this is all how we can read him by knowing the language of the land. We know that somebody from the land got him making these moves.
Mm. And that's why he's not there right now. Correct?
Right. Because actually he's going back and forth to Colorado as part of the continuity of government.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Seminole Wars, the capital was a place we know today as Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Right. So this is why he went back to Mar-a-Lago.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the Seminoles is the Seminole tribe. Right. And the
Mm-hmm.
word Seminole in this context means prime. Right. It's the prime tribe. So it's the tribe that's leading the resolution to the conflict of the invaders on the land versus the people from the land.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we talking about Gullah Wars.
Yeah.
Right. And the Gullah Wars is called the Seminole Wars, but they call it the Seminole Wars because the Gullah gave the call out and tribes came from every part of the land
Mm-hmm.
to Florida to fight the Spanish Armada in Florida. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why we was continuously kicking their ass.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they reported to us, they call it Seminole Wars. When our elders talk about it, we call it the Gullah Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And you got Geechee tribes on the land from different parts of the land.
Yeah.
You got Gullah Geechee, you got Getty Geechee, right? You got
Mm-hmm.
Geechee Gullah,
Mm-hmm.
all these different tribes, but they all became one tribe to fight the Seminole War.
Mm.
In order to join the military of a tribe at war to give aid and assistance, you have to become an honorary member until the war is over.
Mm.
So this is why the Seminoles are the biggest tribe to date.
Mm.
Spinoff tribes being the Crow, the Blackfoot, the Cherokee, the Choctaw. All those are spinoffs from the Gullah tribes from the Seminole Wars. And
Mm.
those were names that was given to us to unravel mysteries
Mm.
and wasn't the original names of the tribes.
Gotcha. Going back, another question dealing with, we were talking about the fourth and third dimension. You know, this planet itself, from what I've researched, it's moving to a higher dimension, it's vibrating a different dimension,
Mm-hmm.
and you have beings. Not to go too deep into extraterrestrial thing, but you have new beings that can't go along with this ascension. You know, but do we still have humans here because of maybe lack of melanin mindset that won't come along with this ascension as well, that will be left behind? Is that a possibility that we might see as well?
A lot of the ones that took that thing,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them gonna be all right, but a lot of them not.
Mm.
We don't
Hmm.
even know what they gave these people,
Yeah.
right? Because all that shit was experimental.
Mm-hmm.
They did a whole experiment on the public, to the public, in their face, behind their back,
Mm-hmm.
and they fell for it.
Hmm.
But this a
And that
wrap. We at the end game now.
end game, yeah, I completely see that. And the illusion is, that the almighty powerful people that, do all this, that they can snap their fingers, all this can happen. But once nature comes in, then, actually it's not even remotely close to an even playing field. We had to go to sleep. We got cycles. We got a moon cycle. We got a sun cycle. You know what I'm saying? But Big Mama, you know what I'm saying? Big Mama and Big Papa. Big Mama, once she says it's time to go, I mean, what can you do?
Just do what Big Mama say. Because when you don't listen, seriously, when you
Yeah.
don't listen to Big Mama,
Hmm.
the path that you end up walking be so difficult. You wish you'd had listened in the first place.
Exactly.
See, I'm hard headed,
Hmm.
so I had to learn the hard way
Hard
every time.
way. Yeah.
But being who I am from it, I had to be the strongest to take the hardest route,
That's it.
right? So
Hmm.
then that's gonna make me strong enough to take the next difficult path of trying to bring the tribes together.
Yeah.
Trying to tell y'all, wake up, man. This shit is going down in real time, man.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers gave us everything back. Fuck reparations. We
Yeah.
got something bigger.
Yeah.
We getting the planet back.
Exactly.
We can give ourselves reparations. Shit, we don't need them
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Unlimitless resources on all levels. That's the part of the birthright. You know what I'm saying? This is everything because we created all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Man,
Elijah
brother,
Muhammad said it best. We the makers, the owners, the cream of the planet Earth, gods of the universe.
that's it.
Now the only thing we got to do is figure out what do gods do that people don't do.
Exactly. What
And then
separates
we
us?
start doing God shit and stop doing people shit.
That's it.
And we
That's it.
start doing God shit, then we automatically generate the five highest principles known to man: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And once we produce love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, then we don't have any problem with maintaining the balance.
Mm-hmm.
See, I learned something a long time ago. Everything is systems.
Mm-hmm.
Earth has an original system.
Mm-hmm.
The power on Earth is supposed to be in specific places for a purpose. Put the power where the power go, the machine run clean the way it's supposed to run.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put dirty power in the positions of power, you clog up the machine in key locations that causes the machine to eventually break down, which is the erosion of the morality of society that we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Now, once the system flipped, then the women have remedies for all of the ills of the social structure of the people because they originated the social structure,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they originated the social structure, you put them back in the places they supposed to be according to their skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
And they will make this motherfucker run so peaceful, you will know that heaven is a place on earth,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you change the hellish conditions, then you're gonna have no other choice but by default to produce heaven.
Yeah.
Just take the shit out that don't work, throw
Mm-hmm.
that shit away,
Mm-hmm.
burn it up, put it somewhere else, but don't leave it in the machine when it don't work right,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you can use for the advancement of the collective, you keep it.
Yeah.
Anything that causes a regression of the collective or the destruction of nature, Mother Earth, the sky, they got space junk. What the fuck is
Mm-hmm.
that shit?
Yeah.
Why are y'all leaving junk in space? It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
there when you went up there. Didn't your mama teach you to clean up after your motherfucking self?
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Hmm.
difference in how we do things
And how they doing?
versus how they do things.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe in cleaning up they fuck ups. We
Mm-hmm.
believe in cleaning up after yourself. If
Mm-hmm.
we find or discover that we done something that caused the error, caused some kind of harm to take place, we're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
whatever is in our ability to
Ability.
clean it up.
Naturally.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna exercise our due diligence to restore the balance to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we maintain a righteous demeanor. And then over
Mm-hmm.
lifetimes, that shit get written as a code on your heart, and it's going to come out automatically.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's how we do, man. That's how we are. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do, and that's how we are, man. That's so true,
Yeah.
bro. That's so true.
Let's take a couple more questions and wrap it up.
Yeah, I think let me see if I even got any more questions, brother. I think I don't see no y'all got any more in the chat? Because we're gonna end it out. Take your time now. Um Go ahead and put it in the chat if you got a question. But if ain't no more in there, you know what I'm saying? I'm good if you good, brother. You know what I'm saying? You done cracked my skull in half the night, so
Well, my only goal is to bring something that people can use to the advantage of the most.
that's it. That's it, man.
Right? So I don't care if people don't like what I'm saying. It ain't for them.
Yeah.
They can disagree with me. I acknowledge the right of anybody out there to disagree with me.
Mm-hmm.
I also acknowledge my own right to disagree with anybody else out there.
That's it.
Right? I acknowledge my right to disagree with them and be right, and they can disagree with me and be wrong, but
Be wrong.
that's up to them. They got that right.
That's it.
Right?
Well,
They got the
yeah.
right to talk about me behind my back,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a right to not give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So
That's it.
at the end of the day, we looking for something better,
Mm-hmm.
and we trying to restore the matriarchy, and it require us to call forth the three chiefs walking on the land. We summed up all of our grievances into one battle cry: free Larry Hoover. Not because we think that criminals are something special,
Mm-hmm.
but Larry wasn't no criminal,
Yeah.
right? They attached the title of criminal from him in order to steal that man's life,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they knew that he was an organic chief from the land, on the land, taking charge of his community while he walked the streets. So they had to get
Mm-hmm.
rid of him as a COINTELPRO mission.
Mm-hmm.
The same with Angel Bay. The same with
Mm-hmm.
Dick Took.
Mm-hmm.
See, if they catch you before you learn better and begin to do better, they can make you look bad as they want you to look.
Mm-hmm.
But when you know better, you do better. And when you do better, you tell the people what you learn so they can learn from it too. So this is why we share the knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's why we don't charge, but we accept the donation if they're willing to give. That's on them. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to reject offerings because it blocks people's blessings.
Yeah. Actual
It
fact.
closes the channels of reciprocity, which
Mm-hmm.
also restricts personal growth in self and in the other person.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
So the goal is to always be in a perpetual state of gratitude so we can stop being sour, bitter, and miserable all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And in this perpetual state of gratitude, you're going to create the circumstances and conditions that's going to help you to move into the future as a God body, a God manifest form,
Mm-hmm.
walking in the light of love, and it's going to shine through you, and the rest of the world going to see it. It's just a matter of time. This shit is a wrap.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to say free Larry Hoover, and I'm going to let you close us out.
All right. You quick question. So, a last one came in. I don't know if you want to take it or not. We got a last question just popped in. You want to take it or no?
Ask.
All right. It says I don't know where they're coming from with this, but can you elaborate on the ships that will be returning?
They returning. And there's really nothing to elaborate about them. We know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no sense to keep rehatching the same shit over and over.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? We see what's going on in front of our
Mm-hmm.
face.
Yep.
Now we
I
could
agree.
turn a blind eye to it. That's also our option. We got a right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna see what you're gonna see when the time comes.
When time comes. Yep.
You know.
All right. Well, shoot, that's all I got. Like I said, please follow the brother, and his Cash App is still up here. You know what I'm saying? Please do the donations, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Follow Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast all over the social media, and if you go to my website, you can see the Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast and my book, Bicultural: Living and Leaving the World of Illusions. My journey as far as getting where I am today. You know what I'm saying? Being in the gutter and mentally and spiritually, and now being here. The good brother Rod Hayes. Like I said, I'm very. I can't wait to have you. Hopefully, have that back in the future. It was a pleasure speaking to you. I do appreciate you coming on, man. And you know, I gotta say, again, peace to the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the tribe. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
end it out on that.
All tribes unite.
That's it. All tribes unite. All right, peace. Y'all be good. Thank y'all much.
Scientists in the lab going to inject the upgrades. What it is a program that's going to come through the solar flares. So everybody give a big shout out to the brother Kalak, because he the one who's tracking the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells interaction with the solar flares, radiation, and the Schumann resonance. So Enlil is in intergalactic lockup, so to speak, and they are stripping him of all of his rank and sending him to what we would call a restricted will universe, or a prison planet, so he can get a taste of his own medicine, right? So big ups to the brother Kalaf for keeping track of the interaction between the sun and the people. He been doing a good job. A lot of people want him to get into stuff that's not his lane. He ain't gonna jump in somebody else's lane. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And big shout out to the young elder for helping us to get this information out to the public in a digestible format. And then who else? Shout out to Orient Daystar. Bang bang. Yeah. Orient Daystar, that's my dude. He be dropping mad motherfucking shit. Shout out to motherfucking the pilot man, handling God's responsibilities and shit. Right? So it's a lot of us. I can't name everybody, but I do know this, that recently, in the last couple of months, last month and a half or so, Enlil owned up to his shit. Now they put it in the public domain for me to find it, and the people sent it to me so I can give y'all the report. I remember when Inky came back last year, and they gave the report, and Enlil had scurried off. When he left, he was pretending to be Maitreya, or he was using the term Maitreya. Maitreya was one of the ascended masters, and the real Maitreya and Enlil two different people, but Maitreya is a title. The real Maitreya, we know him as a singer. I forgot what his name used to be, but he sang, "Kiss me, lover, wishing well, to kiss and tell." That's the real Maitreya. The imposter Maitreya that landed in Africa was Enlil punk ass. So now what we face with is, are y'all ready? Because the shit about to pop like motherfucking pimple on fat lady ass. So it's a whole lot of sisters that been doing the work. If any guy that y'all see any of us communicating with is trying to get a congregation of sisters to move with them, that ain't got nothing to do with us. If you come to me and ask me who's organizing for the women, I'm flat out telling you either go see the sister at Reawakened Minds, Myra Moss, or I'm going to send you to beginner's class at the MGT. Terrence Trent D'Arby, yep, that's his name. That's the real Maitreya, the real master of the love language. That's what it means, master of the love language. And he's been fighting these motherfuckers just like Kanye, just like Kyrie Irving, but they don't know, they don't got no more power. Now we got to take our own power individually back. We get collective power when we go to the individual power of self. In other words, when you start applying your own willpower to your own life, that's when we start collectively doing that individually. Then we seize collective power of the earth as the earthborn. So this shit a wrap. So Enlil is assuming command of Nibiru. The Galactic Council and several other councils converged. The security force, which is the Andromeda Council, is the ones who is was guarding the gates to keep them out of our while we was going through this bullshit. So now they got his ass. And you got him. He done fessed up and owned up to all the dirt he did. That's that shit gangster. Cause ain't no way out. But you can't lie to the Galactic Council because they know everything. Because all they got to do is download the Akashic records into a hologram projector, and it's gonna tell them who did what dirt. But he owned up to it. He didn't buckle or shake, none of that shit. He was like, "Yep, I did that shit. I'm gonna do it again as soon as I get out of prison, in another 100 trillion years or however long they keep his ass there." But he's been resigned to a prison planet, and Ninurta, another one of his sons, he had left here. He should have left when Marduk left, because Marduk didn't ever want to be here in the first goddamn place. But Ninurta dumbass stayed. They about to get his ass. Enki been sent to get him. 11/10/2007. Ooh, that was a good birthday for me. So that's the news report on the land, y'all. It's an intergalactic news report. The Earth, the Earth Council, but y'all call them white hats. So the white hats was up there with Enki while they was reading off the charges to Enlil, and I believe they watched it holographically in Raven Rock. And I believe that they caught Enlil trying to come back into Earth, but I haven't got that intel cleared yet, because from what I'm seeing, it looks like he's in Area 51 under lock and key. But whatever the case is, it's a done deal for his ass. He's in their custody now, the Galactic Council. But from what I was seeing, remote viewing, it looked exactly like Area 51, but that don't mean it's Area 51, because they got multiple facilities on Earth like Area 51, let alone other places that have similar construction. Marduk went back to where he ruled at. He didn't come in doing dirt. All he did was enforce the rules to the redemption. He was the one who ended up saying, "Look, I don't want no parts of this shit, but if all y'all motherfuckers gonna be blind, deaf, and dumb, I'm just gonna enforce the rules that y'all got already. I'm not gonna make no new rules." So he didn't want to war with Nenegajita and his cousin named Marduk. So you got to remember, it's two of them. One is Enki's son, one Enlil's son. Enlil's son didn't want nothing to do with this shit, but he's following his daddy orders. And Anu commissioned him as one of Enlil's lieutenants. So he was going to come, but he got his own shit to rule. He didn't want to be here. But when we was going into the Kali Yuga, Enlil wasn't gonna know who he is. Enki ain't gonna know who he is, and none of the rest of us gonna know who we are. So one of them had to be able to hide behind the scenes and enforce the rules of the game that was being played for us to awaken. So now they all wrapped up. I don't know where we go from here, but I'm just letting y'all know what's the report on the land, and this one is just so happened to be intergalactic. So, sister got a feminine wellness group. Um, the feminine wellness group. I'm gonna have her come in because she just.
Hi.
How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Just was sitting up here, got off the line because I had just clicked over on the other on IG and saw that you and Brother Dewar had invited me. I'm not gonna be long, but when I see you go on around the time when the sisters and I are coming together November the 8th. And that's a full moon plus lunar eclipse. So very powerful time, and our theme is imagination, and how important imagination is because that coincides with us being the visionaries that we are. So all these things that you teach us, that you bring forward, your guests that be on and being like this. This is a time where the sisters come together in our room circle, and all these things just it unfolds. We working on ourselves, working on these issues that we have in here, these things that we supporting Brother Kanye because he right, hell yeah.
Yep.
And just like you said in a few videos ago, he helped his brother spiritually. Like let's really give him this energy and all of us, to drag these motherfuckers out into the light, you know. So we know what they doing, we know what they been doing. We might can't put our finger on everything, but thank the Most High for you for coming. Excuse me, and I might need some of that too, brother. But I just serviced my excuse me, dang. You just saw my tea. Hold on, man. Hold on. This my lime oregano, my garlic, and my ginger.
Yeah, that gets you right there.
I've been on, boy. Breath smell like a dragon, but I don't care.
So the sisters that watching that's just now hearing about the eighth that y'all got planned, can you tell us more about it? Like, how do they contact you to be involved?
They contact us. They contact Sister Patolo, Sister Sanjay, Dot Love. I'll send them the okay, baby. Okay, I got you. I'll send them the link. If they need instruction and never actually yoni steam before, then I have a class that our class. I run it all down, and so they'll be prepared. And then on the 8th, we come together. I just know my time is 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we all meet up. We bring our journals. We bring our prayers. We bring whatever it is we want to manifest. We bring that beautiful celestial light. We bring our archangels. We bring, and we address these things, and address what need to be done. So, and if anybody got any healing, if heard the healing they need to do, or things that need to be justice service on certain things, or whatever,
What city? What city y'all gonna be in?
we do this online on Zoom. I send the link out to everybody, so they can
Okay.
request the link from me. I probably wasn't clear on that. Thank you. Request the link from me. Or I may ask them to please, if I'm too busy or something at that time, I just direct them where they could go and get the link for the 8th and also for the instruction. And I teach womb yoga most Sundays. And we had a beautiful dance class last Saturday. Sister Ayana, she did this free form, beautiful, spiritual, intuitive movement class. It was just beautiful. And the sisters got to express at the end. So it's really a beautiful forum for us. And I invite sisters that do anything creatively. It could be raw food, it could be poetry, songwriting, whatever that is allows us to express in our truest and highest forms. The class is open. Y'all got my Zoom. I paid the thing. That's what it's for. Y'all come in and do your thing. Teach a dance class, whatever it is. You got another type of form of yoga other than womb yoga, come and teach it. Because this is what helps the sisters get open and limber. So by the time the 8th comes, we gotta, get them shackles off and all them, all that tension and all that stuff off of us. So we can really concentrate when it comes to the 8th. So anyway, that's basically what it is. I just wanted to hop on real quick.
Okay, so what? Tell them what your page is, so they come over there.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's thank you, Rod, because I just be running my mouth and be forgetting the important pieces. Starlily Birthing on IG, and y'all could also call me too, 978. I think the number is 999-2416. That's my Google number. And once you call me, I'll give you my direct line. You gonna take them, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it. But we doing the work and we consistent, and that's what I love about. Because I'm just like, really, this is something that's have been passionate. I've been very passionate about. I told Brother Rod over 10 years ago, I was asserting this movement, like a global wellness movement for women, and it just wasn't the time. He had to be on deck in order for this to actually transpire. So I'm just
Look, I had to go back and start from the scratch. You know what I'm saying, bro?
You're gonna see the whole process of me going through trying to figure out what the fuck I'm dealing with. I'm having crying and all kind of shit in there.
Hey, to be honest with you, that's the most beautiful part thus far. You know what I'm saying? Is I'm really able to see the transition, not even a transition, the process itself. And that's a beautiful thing, bro. Like, I appreciate your vulnerability, you know what I'm saying? Even the one where you really talking to your auto worker family, you know what I'm saying, about when you was leaving and whatnot. Like, at this point, my whole thing has just been like like I already internally knew, but like you emphasized on, right, which is just like you gonna know who is who and who is not. You know what I'm saying? If you kind of tap into that yourself. And I actually came on. You mentioned it right before. I was just wondering who the book Soul Retrieval was written by. Which one you're talking about? Because I'm on the website right now. I'm online trying to find a PDF or something like that if I can. It's not a bonnet. It's not a bonnet, Queen. I'm just in my blanket.
Yeah, boy, they don't be playing, boy. That's why I can't be soft, because they subject to, hit me with some stuff from time to time.
Nah, most definitely. She said blanket. Stop it. Hey, listen here. I got the whole thing over here. Y'all trying to play with me on the live. Yeah.
What's them colors? Red and white, and what else?
Red, white, and this is actually this is an Arkansas. And now that excuse my language, I started really thinking about everything. I'm like, I got my daddy from Arkansas, my mama from Mississippi, so I'm just going through it. I'm not in no rush. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the Arkansas Razorbacks is actually a tribe.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they was a warrior tribe from out of the woods of Arkansas. You didn't want to go back there messing with them, and they went back there beating the beehive with a stick.
That part, I'm gonna have to do some more research and tap in. Everybody's saying Shango. I don't know what that means, to be honest with y'all.
Shango, one of the lowers that